Matt, what's the mood been like in the training camp this week?
Good, of course. It was off the back of a really good win at the weekend. Of course, there's a spring in the step when you come in Monday morning, but for me, it's always wanting that. It's wanting to get back in the building, get back onto the training ground, and look towards the weekend. So yeah, there's some great things. Of course, there was, and the way we went about our stuff on Saturday. The key to all of that is we want to repeat that. We want to get back to work, and that's been that's been the topic all week. Get back to work, what we do, get back to our high work press and our high work rate, and so good stuff from the weekend, brilliant, and then we move on to the next one.
I suppose it's about finding that level of consistency at the training ground. We talk about it on a match day, but it's rain or shine, it's about having that level of upbeatness, isn't it? Whether it's a loss or a win at the training ground on a Monday morning.
Yeah. We're all human as well. If we lose a game, we're going to be disappointed when we come in on a Monday. Of course we are. For me, it's then what we go out and do. We got to do our work. We got to quite quickly put that to the back of our mind, and we've got to quite quickly get back to the training ground and do our work. And that's what we talk about, consistency. That's the consistency that we kind of adopt day in, day out. The work that we put in onto the training ground, and the kind of detail that we go into with regards to the opposition, we pride ourselves on, and that's how we'll get better, and that's how we'll get more consistent performances on a Saturday. There's always been reasons for that. I think I've spoken about them before. We've seen injury, suspension, blah, all that sort of stuff. You don't want me to retell old stuff, but in terms of the group this week, of course, it's been a really positive environment to be in. But it's a working environment. We're all desperate again now to then crack on to the next one, and that's been that has been the talk all week.
The group seems to be a much healthier one at the moment. You've had the opportunity to welcome more bodies back. David Akagwi back with the group this week. You've had Brandon Comley you've welcomed back. Jack Earing and Rollin both in and around the group now as well. Priestley in there as well. Mm-hmm. It just seems nice to have everybody back together.
Yeah, it does, yeah. And if you fast forward another 2 or 3 weeks' time, then they'll all be fighting fit and we'll all be at full hit and full tilt. So, great to have all them around. You mentioned Jack. Really good to have Jack around, and he looks in a really good place at the moment, and will hopefully start affecting things in maybe a month's time. So, yeah, really positive from that point of view. It gives me some really good selection headaches as well moving into the coming games, and they're all the ones that I want. So, yeah, really good to have everybody back, and we look forward to the options they'll bring.
You mentioned Jack being in a good place. How important is it for them to have the good relationships off the pitch as well? I know he lives with Freddie and Ross. They get on really well, but as a group, the three of them seem to, have really pushed each other on as well, and seem to be bonding quite well off the pitch as well.
Yeah, they are. I think there's more than just those three. I think they all really interact really well together out of here. Outside of here, which is exactly what you want as a coach, as head coach. That's what you want them to forge those relationships out of here, to then hopefully help them when they're on the pitch. In terms of Jack, going back into him again, he will have had those dark periods, so having those relationships will have helped, really bring him through some of those. And that's why I say we look forward to welcoming him back into proper full training when that does happen in the not too distant future. At the moment, he's just tinkering on the edges of it. But it won't be too long before he's with us. So, but that's the group that we've got. Not just those two because they live together. The whole group are wanting to push each other on, and desperate to move the performances on from Saturday into the next one, and that's what we're all focused on.
Into Friday night now, Newport.
Friday.
That's right. Into Friday night now. It's Newport away. They'll be looking for a similar sort of reaction to the one that we had ourselves at the weekend, and hoping to turn their form around as well.
Yeah, for sure, and they've got an extremely experienced management team with Graham and Joe, and fantastic people as well. So they'll be desperate to put things right from their perspective on home turf. Of course they will be, and it'll be up to us to rise to that, to understand that. I'm sure they'll come out all guns blazing. As I say, it's up to us to match that, and then be fully focused on what we want to do and who we are and what we do, and that'll be the messages I'm putting across.
Whilst their form's not great, they've got one of the league top goal scorers in their ranks, and it's like any other team in their division. They've got some fantastic players in their group, so it's another game that you've got to be wary of as well, isn't it?
100%, mate. You aren't going to hear me saying anything other than that, because they've proven this season already how they can go and get victories, and so that they've got some really good players, some really experienced players, players we've known in James Clark and lads like that. So they're they're an experienced group within the league, marshalled by experienced management and coaching team. So I expect nothing other than an extremely tough game, but one we're looking forward to.